Hey guys, how's everyone? How's your weekend? So far mine's just as usual, and today it's just a chill day. I can feel the cramps on my stomach, so I think I'm experiencing PMS right now. Fortunately, I don't find myself moody this month with the PMS, but right now I have a homemade mojito with me. I made this myself. I love to have some alcoholic drinks from time to time just to help me sleep. It's not that I'm stressed, but you know, just want to chill, just want something to help you sleep, like sleep knockout when you are just knocked out. So for my makeup, it's the latest shorts on my channel, so you can check that one out. And the palette that I am currently wearing is actually this Go-Go Tales, the palette that I recently swatched for you, and I just cannot wait another round of No Pan Left Behind challenge to roll in this palette. And I think I am really having a good progress on my current palettes on that challenge. So yeah, I just wanted to try a different palette because my shorts are just featuring the same palettes over and over and over again. So yeah, so for tonight, I will be swatching blacks, grays, and silver eyeshadows that I currently have in my collection. And I know there are grays that more on the taupey side, so taupes are mix of grays and browns, and I will not be including those shadows tonight because if I will include them, we will stay here until 12 midnight and it's currently I think 8 p.m. and I am so sorry if my energy is so low tonight because, as I have said, I am having cramps. But swatching eyeshadows are so therapeutic to me, so yeah. Okay, enough of blabbering. So as I have said earlier, the palette that I am wearing today is the Go-Go Tales. This is the Light Shadow Impression Shadow Plate in G01, and in this palette it actually has one true gray. This is the shade. I will be starting from this side and then we will go to this side. Okay, so let's start with this. Palettes would be from my project pans, and as I have said on my previous video, if you see any progress in these palettes, please just don't mention it. I'm not gaslighting you guys, okay? Just don't mention it for those people who have not noticed it. Next palette is the BH Cosmetics Royal Affair palette, and in this palette we have two grays in here and then one, I hope we can see this. BH Cosmetics Zodiac palette, and in this palette I have one silver and one black and one dark gray. By the way, I don't have anything on my arms. I don't have primer. I don't like doing that when I swatch eyeshadows because I think it's a little deceiving to put eye primer when you are doing raw swatches of product. Next palette is the Faux Color Sweet as Honey palette, and in this palette we have one black eyeshadows in palettes. I think that they are necessary, especially with large palettes, because they will darken looks. What I mean is when a palette is more of like a day to night, black helps with darkening your look when you're going out on a club. By the way, I am having clubbing vibes with my mojito, but it's Saturday night, and after this I'm just gonna take a shower and go to bed. Next palette is this brand. I don't want to butcher the name. And in this palette we have one silver. Palette in the project pen is this Moira Time to Shine palette from the Celestial series, and in this palette we have one gray, light gray. This one is taupe, and this one too, so like a khaki gray. But we're just gonna put this in here. Oh, I'm sorry, cannot see what I'm doing. I only use my phone to record things. Palette is the Novo Peninsular Powder. It's a weird name for a palette, but it's the variant number 1. I'm searching for palette because I want to blind you guys with the mirror. And in this palette, is this? We have a dark matte gray. This one is taupe, and this one too. I have swatched these shadows before. Some of these I swatched before doing this video, so I won't look dumb saying, oh, this is taupe, oh, this is not gray, this is not full on gray. So yeah. Okay, so this is the matte gray shade. Palette is Tingfe. It's a C Beauty brand. By the way, most of my palettes are C Beauty brands. So this one is it's a cheap palette, and it's a tiny palette compared to other 9 pan palettes. And in this palette, we have this one shimmery, very light silver to gray. I think it's almost white, but I'm just gonna swatch it for you guys. It's not really pigmented. Okay. This palette is the Go-Go Tales Starry Sky palette. I know the original painting is Starry Night, but this brand changed it to Starry Sky. But this is heavily inspired by this infamous painting. And in this palette we have a matte black with blue glitter. Okay. It is a Filipino brand. This is the Vice Cosmetics Justice eyeshadow palette. This is in collaboration with Wonder Woman, and I think you cannot get this anymore on their official store, but some stores are still selling this palette. And in this palette, we have this matte dark gray shade. Next palette is the Moira Magic Dreaming palette. And this is from the Moira Land series. And in this palette, we have one super metallic wet finish. I think this is gray, not silver. Look at that one. It looks so shiny. Palette is the Shadella palette. On the shop that I bought this one, it's called Reverse Emotions, and they have a lot of variants in this line, but I got the ones with blues and purples and grays. And in this palette, we have one matte gray and one matte black. Update for No Pan Left Behind. Let's just see. It's a Beauty Glazed Smoky, what do you call this one? Their eye disc. They released this last year, and I already hit pan on this because this was in my Pando's eyeshadows last year. So in here we have these two right here, these two, and this black. I was surprised that I liked this palette because I thought this was gonna be a boring palette, but it's not. Palette is the Beauty Glazed Silver Mist palette, and you will be in love with the color story of this palette. It's one of the most unique cool toned color story from Sea Beauty. And in this palette, we have a silver and then like a really light silver, and this matte gray. Also this one, is the Pupa palette. I searched this palette and it's actually an Italian brand, and my former co-worker gave this to me because she knows that I love makeup and I do content regards to makeup. So she's one of those well-off family from the politicians, but she's a good friend. So, and she's such a generous friend. And I'm figuring out how can I show you this without blinding you with a mirror. So in this palette we have like one matte black and one shimmery gray shade. Okay, let's put it in here. And the palette is the O2O Taro Pink Purple palette, although there's nothing purple in here. I haven't used this palette yet, and I haven't also swatched this on this channel, so maybe I can also do some sort of get ready with me this palette. And in this palette we have one whitish silver shade, which I'm just gonna swatch. Do you see that? Palette is the Bia. This is another Sea Beauty. We have one light matte gray and then this silver shade. I don't know. This, and this. ColourPop the Zoya palette. This is in collaboration with Gasoline Lights. This came out in 2018 and you cannot get this one anymore. So, and in this palette we have matte black shade with gold glitter. This is the Capricorn shade. Darth Vader palette. This is one of the best smoky palettes I own. This is the Darth Vader palette, and I believe that you can still get this. Even this one, I really like this one. It's a matte with purple shimmers, but the shimmer stays on. I think they have improved their formula, but still, just please don't put glitters on your matte. It's annoying. So in this palette, we have like, this is a matte gray, like khaki gray. Then this is a shimmery gray. This matte black and this matte blue based gray. We're done with my mojito. Is the Roto Pro Eye palette number 6. It's windy, I'm so sorry. Distracted with that. Okay. So this palette is kind of duping the Roman Foggy Mist Garden, something like that. They all mattes with gray shades on it. So in this palette, we have this light gray shade. These are like taupes and dark browns, and in this one, it's a little bit on the taupey side. I'm kind of losing it already, you guys. But okay, so I'm just gonna show you this shade because this is my favorite shade from this palette, and I'm almost be hitting pan of this. This one looks really good on my eyelids. This taupe one. And maybe on my taupe swatching video I can show you it again. It is another C Beauty brand. This is the Decalu number 14. In this palette we have a matte gray, a matte really dark gray, a matte light gray, and a shimmery kind of a whitish silver for overlaps. Okay, so on this palette, doesn't swatch very well. Is the You Can Be Light Chocolate palette, and this is my favorite palette from the brand. It's an all matte palette, but these are chocolate tones, mauves, grays. It's a really good companion palette if you're traveling. And in this palette we have a light gray and a dark gray. And I am running out of space. From another palette from You Can Be, this is the Rose palette, and this is the cool tone palettes with a lot of mauves, grays, and ashy shades palette. We have a shimmery dark gray and a matte dark gray. Oh, and if you ever want to try You Can Be, you can start with these palettes, the ones with the plastic packaging with this mid-size, because these are the best from the brand. It is the LA Girl Down Play palette from their Keep It Playful line. I believe people say this is one of the best formulas they have. It's a matte satiny kind of shade, and then this one, it looks a little white taupey shade, but I'm just gonna swatch this for this video because look at that one. I'm not flipping on you guys. This one, look at it. It's so wet. And I don't know where did I get this one. Okay, so this one. Oh, look at that one. It has this flaky texture. But once you blend it, you guys. I call this one full color. It's not full color. It's from ZZ. From their British collection line. This is the ZZ Crystal Skull palette. We have a matte black with purple shimmers. Oh, these are my gray, silver, and black shades. Okay, so I'm gonna give you a closer look at all of these shades. And then this. And here too, my grays, blacks, and silver shadows. I am not surprised by the amount of these because, as I have said, I love my cool tones, smoky eyeshadows, and I have been wearing them for a daily basis ever since I started doing my makeup. You cannot see them on my videos because I need to be a little diverse when it comes to the eye makeup that I do, because if I just do smoky eyes, it will be boring. Thank you for watching. Have a great weekend and stay safe.